Hi everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Tuesday tutorial. So I don't know about you, but I found this last lockdown particularly tricky, and to be quite honest, I just cannot wait to get my glad rags on, put my lippy on and my lashes and catch up with all my friends and family in a social environment, and those that know me know it will be with a large drink. So this week, for post-lockdown parties and catch-ups, I thought I would give you some helpful hints and tips on how to apply strip lashes, how to remove them and how to keep them clean. So on with the show. So the beauty of wearing strip lashes is it gives us instant glamour and it makes our eyes look bigger. But with so many on the market, it's really important to choose the right style for your particular size of eye and shape. So how do we do that? So let's have a little look at all the different eye shapes. If you have a round eye or a large eye, you will notice that you'll be able to see the white all the way around the iris. So when you're selecting a particular lash for this eye shape, you want to think maybe of a wispy. So wispy, which happens to be my favourite, if you can see, you'll notice they are longer on the outer corner and shorter on the inner corner. And what that will do is provide emphasis at the outer corner, giving it a really seductive cat eye look. Or you could choose a curled option, which would give you a lot of drama. So the next eye shape is almond, and what you'll notice about this particular shape is that you will see the white of the eye either side of the iris and not above or below. So if you have this shape, you are lucky in the fact that you can pretty much wear anything that you want to. And what does look nice is when the lashes are the same length and evenly placed across the entire band. So the last eye shape I'm going to talk about is a small or a hooded eye shape. And what you'll notice with this particular eye type is the fact that the eyelid drops slightly and the lid is less visible. So when choosing a lash for this shape, you want to consider something that's a little bit shorter in length and a little bit more natural. And what is good, and I'll show you an example here, is if the actual lash length itself is longer in the centre, because that will create depth to the eye. Okay, so let's move on to application itself. So the first thing that you need to do is complete your makeup, including your mascara and your eyeliner, before you apply your lashes. And if you need to apply a little bit more eyeliner or mascara after application to blend them all in, then you can do so. So next thing that we're going to do is lift our lashes out of the tray. Now, if they are a new set of lashes, then you'll find that they are quite secure in the tray. So if you just very gently use a pair of tweezers and lift slightly underneath, and then very gently pull on the band so the actual lash comes away from the plastic. Don't actually pull at the lashes themselves, because what you'll find is they will crimp or come away from the band completely. The next thing we need to do is just take them between the fingers and just give the bands a little roll to make them nice and flexible so they mould around our eyes. The last part of our lash preparation is to make sure that we measure them against our eyes. Lashes are naturally made slightly longer so they fit everybody. But what a lot of people tend to forget is to actually trim them down, which can make them really uncomfortable to wear, or they come away and you'll find that they pop at the corners and things. So if you just hold them between your tweezers, and then if you just come in, go to the centre of the eye and just get a little bit of an idea of where they sit. And then that will also be able to give you a guide of whether you need to trim them or not. So if you do need to trim them, trim the outer corner because that's when where they are more dense and longer. And all you need to do is just give them a little cut of the band. And then just make sure that you do the same on the other, so they do look even. Another good tip to remember is that lashes don't have to fit across the full length of the eye. You can trim them down so they sit 2/3, which will actually make them much easier to apply and also give lift and really open your eye. So let's actually stick some lashes on. Now, the easiest thing to do is sit at your dressing table or have a mirror that's slightly down. So when you're actually applying them, you're looking downwards rather than straight into the mirror, which will give you full view of your lash line. Some lashes, when they first come out of the tray, are self-adhesive, in which case you can just carry on and apply. If you've worn them a few times and you're using a lash glue, and I use Duo, then you need to apply a small amount of glue to the actual lash band itself. Now, you can either apply directly from the tube and run a small amount across the band, or what I like to do is place a small amount on the back of my hand because I've got a little bit more control out of it. Then what I do is grab my tweezers and I just very gently run the lash band through the glue. So I've got a nice even application. Now that needs to be allowed to dry for about 10 to 30 seconds. So what you can do is do the other one, and by the time you've done that, your first one is ready. Okay, so once your glue is tacky, you're going to grab them with your tweezers, and then you're going to look down slightly, lay your lashes on top and as close to the lash line as possible, and then you're just going to maneuver your tweezers to make sure that your corners are stuck, and just push it into place. And then when you're happy with the placement, just use your fingers and very carefully just pinch the strip lash and your natural lash together. And that's your lashes on. So if you are still struggling with that application, another great way to get strip lashes on is actually to cut the strip lash into 3 sections, because that way you haven't got the full length of the lash to deal with and to get adhered. So all you would do is literally cut it and trim it into 3 equal sections and apply in exactly the same way from the outer side of the eye, working inwards. It's also really good for comfort, and you can shape them around your eye much easier. So lastly, let's talk about how to look after your lashes. There is no reason at all that if you look after them properly that you'll be able to keep them and wear them for many times. The one thing I would say is invest in some decent lashes, because the last thing you want them to do is start falling away from the band and things like that. Also, keep your trays because they're really handy. It keeps them curved and it keeps them nice and safe and secure. So when we are removing your lashes from your eye, you don't want to just literally pull them off, because we don't want you to damage your own lashes and we want you to keep them intact. So I would use a damp cotton wool pad with some non-oily makeup remover and just press it on the eye for about 20 seconds just to loosen the glue. And then all you need to do is literally pull from the outer edge and peel them inwards. Glue, and what you'll see is it's kind of rubbery. So remove any excess glue first of all across the band. as much as you can without damaging the lashes, and hold the lashes quite close to the band as well, so you don't lose any. You see, I find this quite satisfying. Okay, and then grab 2 cotton wool pads, a bit of non-oily eye makeup remover, and just sit your lash in the middle of them for about 20 seconds until they're saturated. If you did use mascara and eyeliner to blend the two together after application, just use a cotton bud and then very gently remove any mascara with, again, non-oily eye makeup remover, both sides. And then once they're all clean, I pop them back in the case to keep them nice and secure. What I also like to do is just use a little spoolie brush, oops, and just give them a little brush through. Easier out the tray. Just to make sure they're all nice and even. And then pop them back in the tray. As easy as that. So I hope you found that helpful. Happy post-lockdown preparations, and we will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.